We just booked the maiden voyage of the NCL Luna out of Miami, and we're super excited about the cruise, but just a little bit apprehensive with the risk that the ship may not be ready for prime time.
In this video, we're going to tell you about why we made the decision to go, and we're going to be breaking down stuff like the itinerary, the cost, the cabin we chose, and the strategy we did all that. And we'll talk a little bit about the Port of Miami and the new NCL terminal there.
And after we take the cruise, we'll do a series of videos so you can see what cruising on the Luna is like, warts and all.
Hi, y'all. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Becky.
And together we're a cruising good time. Hey, I am a tech guy, and I love the latest new gizmo and gadget and everything else. And what can be more fun than cruising on a brand new ship out of the Port of Miami?
And I live a little bit on the apprehensive side and like to avoid risk. So I always think about, everything on the ship may not be ready. And we've seen on some ships that like the elevator doesn't work. They don't have the entertainment going. Some restaurants aren't open, etc. Paint smells.
Plus, this is the first time we've cruised on NCL in several years. And this will be our first time cruising NCL out of the Port of Miami, which is exciting.
Yeah, we used to love NCL. And then somehow, with the itineraries that were open and vacation times, we started cruising other cruise lines. We've been on 8 cruise lines. And then we got terrific loyalty status with Princess, so we did quite a bit of Princess cruising.
And honestly, NCL's kind of irritated us a little bit with a couple things. One is they wouldn't give us our loyalty points for some cruises we took several years ago. And then second, this whole 150 minutes free internet with the free at sea thing really has me irritated, because who does internet in minutes anymore? That's pretty 20th century, to be honest with you. And we'll be putting that to task on this trip.
Yeah, and so you wonder what's changed. Well, our daughter and son-in-law, they just had 2 beautiful baby girls. And we are thinking that we want to start checking out more cruise ships. It's going to have great things to do for young kids before they're old enough to cruise.
And NCL is launching this beautiful new ship right out of Miami, so it's a great time to go check all that out. The Luna is the second of the Prima Plus Class ships. The Aqua was the first, and the Aqua had a lot of innovations in it when it came out last year.
Yeah. On the other side of that, when they made all these innovations, like a few things maybe didn't go as well as planned. So we've all heard about the Aqua being super crowded in the pool area and buffet, etc.
But it does have some neat innovations on the Luna right there that we're looking to check out. And one of those is the Aqua Slide. It's a roller coaster that kind of pushes you up a hill in a seat, and then you take a regular water slide down. And then they have that 10-story drop slide. It looks absolutely terrifying to me to go do that. But it looks a pretty fun thing to go check out.
And the sports court looks really super cool. So they've kind of lined this out where there's more free things to do. And I really want to go check out all the different games that are available. I really like that. And I love this whole glow thing. So they've got that half basketball court with all these different glow lights, and they'll have some interactive games that can be played with that. And I'm thinking they may have some fun nighttime activities with that as well.
That looks like a lot of fun there for sure. The one improvement they've made off the Aqua Class is they had a little dart area that you could go play darts at for free. They've rolled that in with a bar and a lounge now. So I'm kind of looking to check that out, because hopefully it has a good pub feel about it there with the darts and the English pub type of environment there. Might be fun to look at.
Yeah. And I absolutely love the outside and the ocean. So these look like they have this giant walkway on the ocean boulevard. So not only can you just walk the 360 degrees around the ship, but they have like areas that you can dine al fresco or get a beverage that way. And I love the look of this.
I'm really excited that they have that sort of that ocean boulevard there, because the older cruise ships always had a deck you could go walk around on, get some exercise down low. And then in the 2000s, it kind of fell out of style, and not many ships you can do that. Now ships are bringing that back, and with a lot of gusto, because you have the bars and the lounges and some pools. So it's really a neat thing to go check out. I'm really excited about checking that out. Another thing we'll be doing on this journey is to see if they've made improvements where they are needed. And one of those is the pool area and getting lounge chairs. It can be very congested in that pool area, and we'll see what that's all about.
Yeah, and we're also hoping that on the aqua play area for the little ones, that they've improved those so that they're more in line with some of their competitors' splash areas.
Another thing is the buffet area. It used to get kind of crowded in there. I think most cruise ship buffets do, but we'll see what the traffic looks like on the buffet. Go down there in rush hour, check it out for you, and let you know what we find out.
And a big item for me is we've heard that there's been very long lines on getting to see entertainment shows. And boy, we just hate waiting in lines. So we're hoping that there have been improvements made here. We'll check it out for you.
I'm also looking forward to checking out this new NCL cruise terminal in the Port of Miami. They call it the Pearl of Miami. It's supposed to be brand new, state-of-the-art, with a lot of computers, very efficient. And we'll be putting that to task as well, because as you know, Becky and I have been able to get out of the taxi cab and onto a ship in under 10 minutes. We'll see if the Port of Miami can beat that.
Yeah, and we also like the itinerary with this. So this ship is going to go to Great Stirrup Cay. Now, this is the private island for NCL, and NCL's made a lot of improvements to this, so we're going to check those out on our journey as well.
I think it's pretty cool it's going to Nassau, because Nassau is the first journey that Becky and I ever took together right after we got married, and that was a lot of fun. So we'll be checking that out as well.
You know, since we're going on this great adventure where there's some risk that things could be not as you'd wished, we went ahead and got a balcony cabin. So we'll have a great place if we feel like retreating and hanging out a little bit in the balcony and enjoying the ocean from there.
One strategy we did a little bit different on this cruise ship, though, is typically as engineers, we like to analyze all the deck plans, pick a cabin that we want at a certain location, whether it's get the stuff above and below very easily. And on this one, because we're booking kind of late, there wasn't a whole lot of balconies left, so we went with the guaranteed balcony. A little bit of risk right there. We'll find out where we wind up. It could be the very front cabin down low or something. We don't know.
Yeah, but it did give us the opportunity to save a few bucks. By the way, we've done a video that talks about all the things we look at when selecting a cabin, and we'll put a link below for that.
And then finally, as we promised at the start of the video, we'll talk about what it costs for us to go on this cruise. And here's a breakdown of the numbers. The total cruise fare and the port fees and taxes worked out to be $1,478. That's $185 per day per person. And then there's the free at sea. They charge you the drink fee on that. In this case, for us, it was $228. And we had $20 a person for a total of $40 for one specialty dining included with that. So the drive-out price on that was $1,746.
So with that, it's like $185 per person per day for just the cruise fare plus support fees. And that's a little high for what we typically pay for a cruise, even when it's a brand new ship going on its, inaugural voyage.
Ideally, we try to get to $100 per day per person on a cruise. That's increasingly more difficult nowadays, but that's kind of the benchmark we always try to aim for if we can get there. This is quite a bit higher than that. And of course, there will be the $20 per day gratuities per person tacked on top of that. And we always tip a little bit extra to the room steward and the waiters as well when they do a great job.
Yeah, always important to take care of the staff. They take good care of you. So the room is booked, the flights are set, and we are looking forward to the adventure aboard the Luna.
But there's still quite a bit more to do, and one of that is going to be packing for this maiden voyage. Especially on a maiden voyage, you got to be prepared for every contingency, good and bad. We'll be having a video coming out here in a couple weeks about packing for this maiden voyage.
We hope you've enjoyed this video.
Subscribe so you don't miss any of the adventure.
Until next time, have a cruising good time.